Okay, so let's. Yeah, you're fine. I'm going to show you guys the version I'm going to play after the new set drops. So that would be down here, down this line. So this is the version I'd like to play after. I should put a note in this that says Shadows over Innistrad. So what's neat about this one is that it's more about the Planeswalkers, because you get new Nahiri. I think they put another Beat Shard spell. Waste Not would be a thing. I think Waste Not's already technically a thing, Old Deadeye. I've heard people playing it. I've heard of people playing it. So let me put aside all of the proxy cards so you guys won't freak out. We talked about this earlier on in the stream too. But basically, the proxy cards are everything from Caller to Chaplains to Nahiris and Calls. Basically, the only thing, these cards just have a keyword that they share with the card that's coming out in the new set. Other than that, the deck should look familiar. I think we got a match. I did. Okay. Would I keep this hand? Absolutely. And you're sitting there like, well, why? Well, it's got a Madness Enabler and a Squee. Not that you need the Squee in the opening hand, but it's nice. Yeah, I mean, this is just... Yeah, this is solid. Keep. Okay, Foothills. We drew a Godless. Okay. Alright, so... Vent, say go. Could have worked with only the one Lily. What, this deck? Corthian, you're asking about my deck? I mean, those lilies are borrowed, so I don't necessarily, at least now, need to know. I want to play the Madness deck as long as we can. You know, I do have to give the Lilianas back to our friend Shade, so they're not permanent Lilianas. I'd like to jam a lot more Legacy and a lot more Modern with the Lilianas until I have to give them back, so. Pauper's such a funky format. Sunlanths and Manatithe. Oh, Kazali Pride Mage. Bummer. I mean, we can be patient. I can be patient and wait till we kill this either through the Temper or the... Yeah, geez, main deck Pride Mage is so solid against my Infestation. We don't want to give this up, period. I think either go Mire or tap land, and then next turn I can either just Temper the Pride Mage. Thanks for the follow, Reno. Quillic, thank you, sir. Yeah, I'm just gonna go Mire, say go. Sajira says Cube. Cube isn't out yet. No, he's Sajira. He's playing Pauper. That's my stomach. I'm starving, as you can hear. That's just too bad that I'm gonna have to spend a turn removing the Pride Mage. Unless he taps out here, which would be excellent. Please play Kitchen Finks or something. Then I can go Infestation into an immediate... nice, he's tapping out. Smiter. I still feel like you have to kill the Pride Mage first, though. I mean, I wish I had an extra mana I could do both. This deck could run something like Simeon. I don't think it's going to, though. Probably get the Foundry. Yeah. No. I still might want to get either Blood Crypt or Godless. Yeah, so I'm planning to just Temper the Pride Mage, and then next turn we'll Wither the Loxodon. That's not too bad. That's really not that bad. I'd like to get basic Swamp here. I'm not running a basic Plains? That seems 100% wrong. Oh, no, excuse me. I am. It's... Excuse me, we're cracking a Bloodstained. Okay, so we're going to... Infestation into Pitch Squee and the Temper, killing the Quasali. Seems good. Simeon was in, you could have gone Zombie Infestation, Temper turn 2. Yeah, I feel like this deck might actually want to be a Simeon deck. It slots into Infestation, even slots into Liliana. She has colorless mana requirements. Maybe we should just run Simeon. I don't know. This deck wants to be really grindy, though. Let me get a zombie. Isn't that neat? So we bolted his Pride Mage and get a zombie. Does Lightning Bolt... I mean, like, of course, Lightning Bolt doesn't require all these workarounds that we've had to do. Don't kill my infestation. It's how we're going to win this. Simeon Spirit Guide is getting banned. Maybe. Oh, is that the card they're banning from Eldrazi? I'm so hungry. Do I have something to eat? Oh man, I do. What's all this? Interesting. I do have some snackage. Just need something to eat. Just traded all my Eldrazi's. Nice. I mean, I guess I can double block. I'm not going to go for it, though. I'm planning on using the Witherings to kill the Lockston. Ah, Souls. Okay. I'm also a Souls deck. Will I draw my Souls, though? Second Infestation doesn't do much. Unless you're worried about removing the first one. We do want to get to our 4th land drop because of the event, so why don't we play the Crypt? We are just going to die in the air if I don't draw my spirits or more efficient removal options for the spirits, like a Kolaghan's Command could do it. Noble High Arc. I mean, another option is to try to double block the Smiter and then use the Withering on a Spirit. I mean, I could Wither both Spirits, and then, and it looks like from his mana he's planning just to flash back the Souls. I could Wither both Spirits and then try to double block the Smiter. That's really greedy. It's probably still correct to just pitch one Wither and just kill the Smiter. And maybe even try to race? I mean, like, how many zombies can I get out? I could maybe race this. I might be able to race it. That would mean doing double infestation, though, in the end step. It's just Madness Doomblade. Nothing special here. Furthers a service, lets you order pizza. Just needs a Conflagrate, says Croden. I like Conflagrate. We could run one. Problem is I'm not a loam deck, though, Croden. The only value cards I really have off of a Conflagrate would be the Squeeze. I'm gonna get a flashback of Souls. Let's give up the Godless Shrine. I mean, like, something else that helps, like, us not lose the race is the Shambling Vent. I should just fire this thing up. Get back Squee. Draw an Urborg. Okay. Yeah, I should just fire this bad boy up. I mean, if I'm going to be Withering next turn, if I want to fire up the Vent as well, I need the Urborg. Oh, we tapped way too much. Only needed to tap this, this, and this. I feel like the Shambling is going to help us with this racing issue that I'm running into. And we go back to 11. Put him to 9. We still got the Withering. Amp says you were supposed to kill the Hierarch. He could have Township mana. He doesn't yet. Leaf Leash, I'm so glad that I didn't amp. I'm so glad. No offense, friend. Your play was just not very... It was kind of obvious that he might have something like this if he's running these as well. Like, we would have just, like, lost. Period. I had to kill this. Terran says, I like killing Hierarch there and making a zombie. But your line... Terran and Ant, both of your lines probably lost to the Wiltleaf. He couldn't cast it, though? Oh, that's true. Well, I guess both lines win, though. No, you're right. You're right. He might not have hit another land drop. More like Dead Liege. We put a lot of pressure on him this turn. Sever thinks I'm glad I didn't kill the Hierarch like they suggested, though. I mean, that's a hard call. I think I just fire up the Shambling again. You could play the Bitter and try to get grindier, and that's a way for us to answer his flyers, but part of me also just likes firing up the Shambling vent and just getting in there. And that's not true, Amp. I would assume he's running Lieges. Period. But you're right, I mean, another way to play on the Liege is hope he doesn't top a land and kill the Hierarch. I'm not saying you guys are necessarily wrong with your thinking there. But, I mean, you would guess that the opponent's running this. It's awesome with Souls and Pride Mate and, like, everything that he's doing. Yes to the races. Just fire up the manland. I mean, that's not the most exciting line. It's also probably the correct one. So he goes to 1. Scavenging Ooze with an activation. If I make another zombie, he's still able to block, right? But he has to, like, block everything. Might not be correct for me to give it the Bitter Blossom. Oh, wait, no, we potentially just win, right? Because if I make a zombie and fire up the manland, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 creatures coming at him. He's only got... No, he has exactly 6 blockers. He'd have to block, and the only one that sticks around is Ooze. Just make more zombies. Yeah, I think we're giving up the Bitter Blossom. But that being said, like, he is going to be able to live another turn, but he doesn't have profitable blocks anymore. He just doesn't have profitable blocks. And that probably means it's us. Okay, so he'll block everything, and then he will Noble Hierarch the green source, probably killing the Shambling Vents with the Scavenging Ooze is what I would do. That's how I would block. I would block Ooze onto the Shambling Vent, and then use this Noble Hierarch to make a green. Yep. That's what he's doing. I think that's right. He's going to gain 3 life off Ooze, though. Yeah, but like all of these are chumps, though. Every single zombie block was a chump. The only profitable block he has here is the Ooze blocking the manland. I still feel like this favors us. He's at 2. I'm about to make another zombie. In before, I don't know. Damnation, I don't know. I wouldn't expect that from the Mono Creatures deck. And we win. It's a good one. Okay, so he's gonna rest in pieces, right? Damnation looks good. Big Game Hunter looks good. Well, maybe. Fulminator Mage hits the Gavany Township. We don't need the peace of mind as much. It's not really a